Coming up, we're going to have our review with spoilers of the Avengers Infinity War.
I can't. Hey everyone, welcome back to Eye to Eye, Disney Through Our Eyes. I'm Kyle.
And I'm Jessica.
This episode...
Kyle, are you going to be able to get through Infinity War?
This episode, we're going to talk about it.
Can you say it?
Infinity War. We're going to be doing our review of Infinity War. This is actually going to be a 3-part series, I guess you'd call it, because we're going to do our full review right now of what we thought about it, some highlights from it, obviously. And then we're going to talk about the ending in a separate video that'll come out shortly after this one, just because that has so much to talk about in that. And then we have a kind of a bonus video on top of this. I got a box we need to open related to the Infinity War movie, so we'll do that as well as a 3-part series for Infinity War. I feel like every time I'm going to say it, I'm going to have a twitch, so I may just say it as that movie.
Okay, movie.
So for that movie,
all right.
What's the first thing that comes to mind?
Well, that's not the ending.
Besides the obvious. We can't talk about that yet.
Okay.
I don't know if I can handle that yet.
Okay. Well, I think we can talk about those stones that he wears.
The stones. Okay. So, the name Infinity War is about the Infinity Stones.
Right. So, I know that Thanos is the bad guy. And he's purple.
I'm glad you figured that out.
And yes. And he needs to get all of the stones so that he can be the ultimate power. So, he can be like God.
Sure, why not? Yeah.
Okay, so when we start the movie, he only has one stone, correct?
He has the one stone. He has the
purple one.
The purple one, which would be the Power Stone.
Okay, and then at the beginning of the movie, he's trying to get the Tesseract from Loki.
Well, okay. he knows Loki has it. Nobody else knew Loki had it. But yes, he gets the Tesseract, cracks it open.
Gets it, and then the bad thing happens.
So can you name the rest of the Infinity Stones from there? So you got 6 to name.
Okay, so I know 2.
Space.
What's the space?
Tesseract one. Sorry, I gave that one away to you. Tesseract is space.
Okay, space power. Time.
Okay.
Is the green one.
Sure.
That red one.
That red one. She's going to name it by the colors.
Okay, I know there's red, yellow, and blue.
Reality is the third one.
Is red?
Yeah.
Yellow. What's the yellow one that Vision had in his face? Vision? Is it like Vision?
No.
Visual
Close.
effects.
Mind.
Mind control.
The Mind Stone. Mind control. Mind Stone.
Mind.
Orange.
Orange is scent.
The
Taste.
Soul Stone.
Oh, it's very close.
And then the 6th one is the Time Stone.
I said time.
I forgot.
That's the one that I knew.
She knew that one. I will give her that much.
And I've never even seen Doctor Strange, and I learned that.
So the fact that she can at least get to the stones is like a good thing in itself. So yes, I'm glad that you realize who the villain was.
So, okay. So then that bad thing happened.
The bad thing happens.
Thanos killed Loki. Even though Loki's bad.
Well, let's talk about that. So we obviously can't talk about the end, which has some things to talk about. But let's talk about the people that died in this, besides the ending part of it, that actually died.
Okay, we'll talk about the people that died at the beginning.
So the people that died are Loki. We saw Thanos crush him to death. That's,
right.
Like, I knew something.
Because Loki turned on Thanos.
Yes, but he double crosses everybody. So what was Thanos?
I mean, I'm not shocked, but I'm just saying, like, I don't blame Thanos for killing him either.
But I just was shocked that it happened that quickly.
It was like 5 minutes into the movie.
We forgot Heimdall. Heimdall died too.
Y'all keep saying that name, and I don't know who that is.
So Heimdall was Idris Elba. He was the guy that at the last second sent Hulk away from the spaceship so he wouldn't get killed too.
Okay.
Back to Earth. And he was the one that got stabbed by Thanos, right?
I guess I didn't realize that he was a character. Like, I thought he was just
he's actually very underutilized in a lot of the movies.
Because I truly didn't realize it was Idris Elba either.
Well,
I thought, because, a lot of people died in that scene. Like, a lot of just random citizens, people.
Second thing, did everyone die or did half the people die?
Well, see, I thought everyone died, but then you said that somebody said only half the people died. So, do you think they thought that only half the people died? Because in the movie they kept saying when Thanos comes, half the Earth or half the life.
Well, and then jumping ahead a little bit, when we went to Gamora's planet in that flashback, remember?
Mm-hmm. And only half of them died.
Well, he said at random. He didn't even watch like half of them die. He just said, "You guys choose at random."
Yeah.
And so I guess that's the logic. If he has, you would follow that there may be still Asgardians still out there.
So riddle me this. So Gamora, he raised Gamora?
Yes, so he took Gamora as his own, because I guess he killed her mother, we'll assume. And
so why would you kill her mother and then keep her?
Well, we don't know that. I don't think we saw her die in the movie, did we?
No, we didn't. So can we talk about that?
Yeah.
About Gamora?
Yeah, we can talk about Gamora. So so the people we want to talk about that did die, they're actual, we for sure died in the movie. Gamora, Loki, Heimdall, and Vision, which we can get to in a second. Yeah, so Gamora's death scene for the Soul Stone.
That was so sad.
That, to me, I knew they were going to play up the whole Thanos Gamora thing. But man, I felt bad for Thanos.
Excuse me?
I mean...
He killed his fake adopted daughter.
I get it, but like...
Why do you get it? He wanted power. He was selfish.
It's not... He didn't want power.
Yes, he did. He wanted the stone.
Do you not remember... So here's a deeper... I know we're bouncing everywhere. Deeper discussion on Thanos here. His purpose was to kill all half the life in the universe because he said it was out of balance. And when he hadn't done that previously on his home planet, his now home planet Titan was destroyed. There's no one left except him.
So this is kind of like Noah and the Ark.
So it's kind of like, he missed his opportunity the one time and it resulted in catastrophe. So he has to do it like 10 times now. I'm saying I agree with it, but I understand.
I'm not understanding him killing his daughter though. His fake adopted daughter.
Because, okay, so to get the Soul Stone.
I understand. Like, I understand the movie. I just...
It was bad.
It's that conflict that had to be there. But I just... Okay, I digress. So, let's just talk about the good things that happened. Like, I'm happy that Guardians of the Galaxy were there.
Oh, so look, Jessica got so happy when they started playing Rubber Band Man on the screen because she instantly, we're in these reclining chairs, which, by the way, we first never got to do before. So we were, sitting back, and all of a sudden you see... and Jessica just sit up, and she's just, dancing along. If there's one thing, as confused as Jessica is about all these movies... She will get down for some Guardians of the Galaxy.
Only because it's like the music I grew up with my dad. My dad was stuck
I think
in
your dad would love this.
Man, he would be all about Guardians of the Galaxy.
Ah man, so when they came on screen, it was just it
was perfect.
It was just they're all bebopping along singing,
and you forget that Thanos is out there killing people.
And it's okay, we can be happy now, but
yeah.
So
and then no, we cannot because this movie is all about death.
To keep it on a happy note, what did you think about a lot of the other combinations?
So I never knew who Doctor Strange was. I'd never seen his movie.
You didn't start watching all the movies until I think your first one was in a row, at least Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I think that was your first one in a row. Anyway,
maybe. But it was really cool when I knew who he was. So I saw him, and then here comes Tony Stark. I'm like, whoa, I know that guy.
I know him.
And then who's that other guy that I didn't really know?
You know Hulk, but not him as Bruce Banner.
No. I knew Bruce, the guy with Doctor Strange.
Wong.
Yes, I didn't know him, but he was the comic relief kind of that we needed in that moment. So it was really nice to see them all fighting that bad guy.
And then Thanos, the best one showed up.
Oh yeah, Kyle's favorite, Spider-Man.
When I saw the hairs come up on his thing,
when he was on the bus.
Spidey sense, my cup up here. I'm just saying, my Spidey sense is tingling. Of course, I want to throw this away now. Anyway, we're not talking about that.
It's okay.
It's okay. I'm gonna go ahead.
So
talk about something else.
Who
else did you like?
Okay, no, let's talk about that spaceship thing that was fire.
Yeah, okay.
And it was circling the sun, and I don't know.
So that was I guess their
power source.
Well, so they had that mothership. Thanos, had.
That's what that circle thing was.
Well, no, they had the big ship Thanos had, and then I guess these circular ones were ones that could be sub-ships and come off and go places because, that's what the Black Order arrived in. The 4 people. You don't remember the Black Order? I feel
like we're talking about Star Wars.
So here's the point about
the Black Order.
The Black Order. This movie has so many characters in it.
Wait, are those people with the weird things and the guy that looks like Voldemort?
How dare you bring that up in a Disney property?
Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out who the Black Order is.
Who should not be named at all.
Okay. Because is that guy that looks like somebody that may or may not be in a J.K. Rowling book?
Sure. There we go. So the Black Order is Cole Obsidian, the big guy. Corvus Glaive was the Voldemort-looking guy. Well, not.
Ooh.
I said it! No! You made me say it!
Okay.
Not Voldemort, but anyway, the Corvus Glaive, and then there was Ebony Maw, the wizardy guy.
I don't remember.
He's the one who kidnapped Doctor Strange.
Yes,
that was torturing him. And then you had Proxima Midnight, the lady. So all these different characters. I liked Ebony Maw, the wizard guy, but at the same time, everyone else just kind of got like thrown in there. All right, here we are to fight. Not that we had to have them be major characters. I just felt like they were underutilized.
Needed to be. I agree, though. They needed to be more of a major character than they were, because, like I said, I don't even know who half these people are because they were in like 2 scenes, and if they're Thanos' right-hand men, they kind of need to be more prevalent in the movie.
Well, here's what I'll say about this: we know Avengers 4 is coming out next year.
Yes.
I think that this movie would have been better served to have focused on the Black Order, have them be the main antagonist, and you could have been led by Ebony Maw since he was the best one. I mean, I feel like they gave him the most screen time, but have Thanos kind of showing up in the background in little scenes gathering the stones. And talking about a couple of the other combinations. Okay. What about Thor and Rabbit?
So Rocket. That didn't really make sense to me. It was kind of forced on us. Like if it had been Thor, Groot, and Rabbit.
Well, it was for, but they were together, but Groot didn't do anything until Groot
was useless in this movie, and I was so sad.
He formed the handle for the Stormbreaker hammer.
Right, that was it. Like, Groot was really underutilized.
I get the character they were trying to build. He was the teenager who didn't want to be there, who didn't care, kind of thing. Right. I get it, but this was better than, you won't understand this, but they will. Most of them will. Age of Ultron, Thor went away for a little while in it and did his own little adventure, and this was the same exact thing, except better. I liked what they did with Peter Dinklage's character, the giant. Ooh. You remember the giant that was helping him forge the hammer? Or did you fall asleep during that?
I don't know. Who was forging a hammer?
Do you remember the hammer, the Stormbreaker thing that Groot gave his little parts for to make the handle?
Yes.
Okay. So that giant guy...
No,
you don't remember him. Anyway, I thought that this was a bit of another kind of off adventure that we didn't necessarily need, but I don't know how you would have made it work.
Well, I think that was my confusion with the movie, because there were all these little subplots, and me not knowing hardly anything about Marvel except these characters' names.
This is why we were supposed to watch them all.
I'm not. I can't handle it. But I couldn't figure out why it was all so pieced together, and even the big action scenes, it's like, wham, let's cut it off halfway through.
You do not have time to catch your breath in this movie. And when you have time to catch your breath, it gets taken away from you. Okay. All right. We're not going to talk about what we're calling the ending, where some bad things happened that we're going to talk about.
Some bad.
What did you think about, here's what I liked about the final battles, is that it was very Star Wars-esque, where they have different fronts going on. So you had like the ground battle. They were all ground battles, but ground battle going with the Avengers in Wakanda. Yeah. Then you had the other Avengers in space fighting Thanos. And then you had Thor kind of doing his thing off the side with Rabbit.
And then Vision and Mary-Kate and Ashley's sister.
That's how you refer to her?
I don't know her name. I don't know her character name.
Elizabeth Olsen.
She's just a cute girl. That's all I know.
Scarlet Witch. That final battle, I thought... Again, it's a lot to take in and stuff. It was great, but we saw a lot of it in the trailer, I thought. So there wasn't a lot we hadn't seen.
Are you nuts?
Apparently, she disagrees.
There were a lot of people that died that we did not know would die. You cried, remember?
We're not going to talk about that right now.
He didn't really cry. He wanted to.
To wrap this up, Vision and Scarlet Witch's scenes at the end.
Yeah.
Because he's the last one that we saw die in a physical sense.
So help me understand this. Vision's not a human.
Vision is an android with...
But Scarlet Witch is in love with him.
He is about as human as a robot could be, if that makes sense.
But he's still a robot.
It's really weird. We'll have to go talk about it.
I don't even want to talk about that.
But how sad was that, though? When she had to...
super sad. When she had to kill him on purpose.
Yeah. I was broken up about it, because then they drew it out to how long it took. Man. But it was really cool watching each of the Avengers walk up and trying to stop Thanos. Like he would punch one of them out, blast one of them away,
and here she is still trying to pull this little yellow stone out of his face.
The Mind Stone, and then just boom, it happens, and you're like, oh, she saved the day. And that's all we're going to talk about on that front right now, because we're going to talk about the other stuff at the end of the movie. But that's it. What do you think? And we'll talk about the post-credit scene in the ending part of it too, because that's all in it, and I can't handle it right now.
Okay.
All right. What do we rank? What's our rating system for this one?
Let's do the thing.
The thing. The gauntlet.
The gauntlet.
How many gauntlets do you give Avengers Infinity War?
Out of 5?
Out of 5.
I'll give it 4.
I will give it a 5 because it's just entertaining.
We
can't talk about it right now.
I'm just shocked that even with the end, you would give it 5.
It is a great movie with everything they had to do to work into it. Well done, Marvel.
Thank you for not making it 12 hours.
It was, the fact that you kept it to 2.5 hours was a miracle in and of itself, and still made it a cohesive movie. A little confusing, but well worth. I'm going to see it again and watch my heart just be destroyed in 1,000 pieces.
So, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and you'll get to see Kyle cry about a lot of things. And you can check us out on Facebook and YouTube.
And we want to know from you in the comments section below what you thought about the movie.
If you're this brokenhearted, or if you're kind of like me, just confused as heck.
If your feels are gone, just let me know in the comments section below. So until we assemble next time.
May the Force be with you.
And we'll see you real soon.
We're going to give our review of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Infinity War or something. Start over. You want to call it Agents Infinity War movie?
I'm having like a reaction right now.
You'll be okay.
You like that one?
Yeah. Oh, are you okay?